there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, God's weapons of war. We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, God's weapons of war. Before you go to battle, you should know what you up against. When Yah sends his army on a mission, it ain't no defense. Have the latest weapons up, go and learn Kung Fu, or you can read The Art of War, written by Sun Tzu. You gon' need all of the above when we come through. When Yah sends the order out, where you gon' run to?
Images in there, they whitewashed our Bible. Read on up.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White in color and woolly in texture. Read on up.
As white as snow.
As white as snow, because when our hair turns gray, it looks white. Read on up.
And his eyes were a flame of fire.
Christ's eyes was a flame of fire because he drank wine in moderation. When you drink a little wine, what color does your eye turn? A little red. Read on up.
And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet.
So John the Revelator looked down at his feet. Ain't your feet the same color as the rest of your body? Read on up.
And his feet like into fine brass.
Like into what?
Fine brass.
Brother, what color is brass? Brown, brother. All praises. So who the hell is this? Exactly, man. This is an actual man. This man's name was Cesar Borgia, brother. Right. But let's see how brown was he. Read on up.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
As if they what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
Now, I don't know what Christ looked like.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Brother, let me ask you. If you put white rice in the oven and burn it, what color does it come out? Come out black, brother. So what color is Christ? Black, brother. And guess what? It's in the Old Testament too. Read this right quick. 1 Maccabees 3 and 48.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
And they laid open the book of the law, the heathens, the other nations, mainly the so-called white race, who are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. Read on up.
Wherein the heathens had sought to paint the likeness of their image.
They did what?
Paint the likeness of their images.
To bring it up to today, they whitewashed all the images, brother. So that's why today we have a white Christ. And a lot of times our people believe that Christ is white. But the Bible says that he is a man of color. All the Jews were men of color, brother. It's color throughout the Bible. Guess what? God is a man of color, brother. The angels are men of color, brother. This is our history book, brother. Read on up.
They brought also the priest's garments and the first fruits and the
that's all I want. Give me Job 9 and 24. Give me Job chapter 9 verse 24. Read this up.
The book of Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
So Daniel had a vision of all the kingdoms being thrown down. Read on up.
And the Ancient of Days.
Who is the Ancient of Days, brother? Think about it, brother. Who has no beginning or ending of days? God, brother. Read on up.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
So if God is sitting, he has to have a body to sit down on. Read on up.
Whose garment was white as snow.
So God is just not some puff of smoke like how we've been taught in Christianity. He has a body, brother. Read on up.
And the hair of his head like pure wool.
Like what?
Like pure wool.
Now what kind of texture hair you got, brother? So we got woolly hair that says God is a so-called what? So-called black man too, brother. Give me Job chapter 9 verse 24, man. Because colors throughout the Bible, brother. When the last time you done read the Bible, brother? Be honest with me. Never. A long time. Long time, brother. Brother, I was the same way, brother. But guess what? You don't know what's in the Bible or in the book until you start to read it, brother. Read this out.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So what nation of people control the planet Earth, brother? Exactly. Read this again from the top.
Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the Bible calls them the wicked, brother. Read on, huh?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
What does he do with all our pictures?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Read on, huh?
If not, where and who is he?
If it ain't the so-called white man, who is doing this? Do we see Chinese images of Christ? Do we see East Indian images of Jesus Christ? No, we only see one nation of people that is whitewashing all the images, brother. And that is the so-called Caucasian race, which are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2, man. Read this, huh?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourning.
The real Jews are in mourning. Read on up.
And the gates thereof languish.
And the gates thereof languish. Our leadership is lacking. Read on up.
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
Wait a minute, I thought color wasn't in the Bible.
They are black.
Hey, you didn't know that was in there, did you? They are black, brother. Read on up.
Unto the ground.
Black unto the ground mean we come in different shades of brown, brother. The deeper you dig, guess what? The blacker it gets, brother. Read on up.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up because we on the bottom of society, brother. When you see mostly our people out here poor, brother. How do we know that we the Jews in the Bible, brother? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Because don't you know our slavery was documented in the Bible, brother? I know the officer probably was bringing it out till you didn't. How do we come over here to America, brother? How? What was the transportation? Ships, brother. Let's get it for the brother. Read this out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Transatlantic slave trade.
With ships.
He said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, do you know anything about the Bible, brother? What? A little something? What were the Israelites doing in the land of Egypt? You done seen that wicked? Exactly, brother. They were slaves, brother. So Egypt has a meaning. Let's get the meaning of Egypt for the brother. Read this out.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God.
He is the Lord thy God. A possessive pronoun. He's not the God of everybody, like how we've been taught, brother. Read on, huh?
Which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what did he call Egypt, brother? Bondage, brother. What's another name for bondage? You just said it. Slavery, brother. All praise you got that understanding now. Let's read it for the brother.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships, brother. Who was the only nation of people to go into slavery on slave ships, brother? Did this happen to everybody, brother? Stay around, brother Ricky, brother. You know, you already know, brother. Stay around for a little bit. Who did this only happen to, brother? Did everybody go into slavery on slave ships? No, they did not, brother. So this is clue number one to let you know who the real Israelites are, brother. Read on, huh?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
The same way Moses said it was going to happen, didn't it not happen, brother? Then they put us on them boats 300 and 400 deep at a time, brother. What happened when we got off those slave ships? What is the first thing that they did to us, brother? Think about it. What is the first thing that they did to us when they gathered us all off their ships? Let's read it for the brother.
And there, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
Unto our what?
Unto your enemy.
Unto our friends.
Unto your enemy.
So what was the first thing that they did to us, brother? They sold us, brother. Because ain't that historically correct, brother? Didn't they sell us, brother, when we got off those slave ships? Brother Rick, you already know, didn't they sell us, brother? Yeah, they sold us, brother. He said unto our enemies, letting us know that who is our enemy, brother? It ain't just him, because a lot of times people get that twist. It's all the other nations outside of these 12 tribes of Israel, brother.
That's right.
Because who is controlling our neighborhoods? The Chinese, the Japanese, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, and the Africans. They all in our neighborhoods controlling our neighborhoods, but we don't reap the benefits off that. You understand that, brother? Read on, huh?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto your what?
Unto your enemies.
When we sold unto our enemies, brother? Read on, huh?
For bondmen.
For slave men.
And bond women.
And bond women. Read on, huh?
And no man shall buy you.
That's an old Quaker term, meaning no man is able to redeem us out of the situation we're in. Marcus Garvey trial, what happened to him? They deported him. Malcolm X trial, what happened? They killed him. Martin Luther King trial, what happened to him? They killed him too. Give me verse 46, brother. Read this out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
These curses, when you read Deuteronomy 15 through 68, shall be upon us for a sign. What does a sign do? Like when I'm looking at your jacket, that Nike sign tell me that that's what? a Nike sweatsuit. So when we read these curses, they identify who the real Israelites are today. Whoever is going through those particular curses, that's who my chosen people are today, brother. You understand that? Because we had a contract with the Most High God. If we kept the commandments, we'd be set on high above all nations. But if we break the commandments, guess what? We'll be on the bottom. Look around us, brother. Ain't we on the bottom of society, brother? Don't we the first five, last hire, brother? Staying in the ghettos, in the slums, getting shot down by the police. You don't see no Africans getting shot down by the police, brother. Even though we look the same. But they know something that you don't know. That we ain't the same nation of people. Give me verse 15. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. You got it? Read this out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
That means it will happen. Read on, huh?
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
See, the voice of God is this Bible. He said if we don't listen to this Bible, read on. To do all his commandments. See, we got to be observant and doing the commandments. Let me ask you, how many commandments are there, brother? How many commandments were we taught there was? Brother, it's over 613 commandments, brother. We're going to give you one right now. Give me Numbers 15 and 38, man. Give me a commandment for this, brother, man, because this is not in the Big Ten, brother, but it's a commandment. You got that out? Read this.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speaking to the children of Israel.
See, this Bible is possessive from Genesis to Revelation. Read on, huh?
And bid them.
And command them. Read on.
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
That they make them fringes, brother. These are fringes, brother. Read on, huh?
In the borders of their garments throughout their generation.
What does throughout your generation mean? For forever, brother. This is a law that we should be doing today. Let's see why.
And that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue.
So each one of these brothers have a border of blue with fringes on, brother. It can be any color fringes, but it must be a border of blue, from a light blue to a dark blue, depending on what color you got on. Read on, huh?
And it shall be upon you for a friend, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So God instituted this dress code so we can remember the commandments and do them, brother. Because I see you rocking that beard, brother. All praise to the Most High, brother. You didn't know that's a law too, brother. That is a law. That's showing you that you are a man. A beard is a badge of manly dignity, brother. You understand that, brother?
Right.
Let me give you another commandment. Let's see if you're willing to hearken. Give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 2. Let's see if it bears witness with your spirit, brother. Because keeping God's commandments ain't hard, brother. Do you eat pork? Do you celebrate birthdays? We shouldn't do that, brother. That's idolizing yourself. God gave us holy days that we should celebrate. Do you celebrate Christmas, brother? No, we say not really. Guess what? That's in the scriptures too. We shouldn't do those things. God told us to celebrate the Feast of Dedication, what we got coming up. Celebrate the new moons, what we have. To celebrate the Sabbaths, which are today, brother. These are the holidays that we should be celebrating. The high holy days. Who got that? Read this.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 2.
Brother and sisters, y'all more than welcome to stay and get edified by this truth too. We out here for our people. Read on, huh?
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. But I will have you to know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head of every man is Christ. Read on up.
And the head of the woman is the man.
So are you married, brother? So if you was to get married, you are the head of the woman. You understand that? It's order. Read on up.
And the head of Christ is God.
So it's order. It's God, Christ, man, woman, children. Read this up.
Every man praying or prophesying.
Every man reading up this Bible or listening to this Bible. Read on up.
Having his head covered.
Having his what?
Having his head covered.
Having his what?
Having his head covered.
Read on up.
Dishonored his head.
Did you understand that law, brother? What did it say? So what is it telling you to do? Oh, read it again.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonored his head.
Brother Ricky, tell him what that means. Now, tell him that last part. When the scriptures is coming out, he should do what? Take off your hat. That's what this scripture is saying. So you willing to humble your spirit and do that? Can you take off your hood? Let's see how much you love the Lord, man. All praise, y'all get up brother hand, you're scully too, man. That's showing the most how you love him, huh?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between y'all and the Muslims?
Bro, that's a great question, brother. Because guess what? Muslims represent, their founding fathers are the Arabs, brother. They have nothing to do, you already know what I want out. You already know. They have nothing to do with the Bible. They read in our Bible that God was going to make them a great nation. So they used that sense of nationalism and plagiarized the Quran from the Bible. They worship what? The Kaaba stone. God told us never to worship idols. You understand that? They worship on different days than we do. They do different things. Guess what? They took it and stole it from our Bible, but that's not the original text. You understand that? So Islam has nothing to do with the Bible. We're gonna read this. Give me this right quick. This is a book that a historical brother wrote, talking about the founding of Islam. Read this,
This is out the book, The Babylon to Timbuktu, by Arthur Wisdom. When Muslim was born, when Muhammad was born.
When Muhammad was born, this is the forefather of the Arabs, who are the Ishmaelites in the Bible. Read on up.
Many Arabs still worship the sun.
Wait a minute, read that again up.
Many Arabs were still worshiping the sun.
Guess what? When they was around, they was worshiping the sun. They was never worshiping the Bible. Read on up.
Stars.
Doing what?
Stars.
Worshiping the stars, brother. God told us not to do that. Read on up.
Spirits. And idols. The Arabs possessed 360 idols.
They did what?
Possessed 360 idols.
Guess what? They worship something every day of the year, brother. Read on up.
One for each day of the year.
Like I just said, read on up.
Muhammad was born AD 570, 400 years after the death of the Emperor Justine.
And guess what? Islam came 600 or 700 years after Christ. Guess what? The Bible had been wrote down, brother. You understand that? That's why we tell brothers, y'all got to go into the history. That's why we bring this history out, so y'all can get the understanding. Read on up.
He was descended from the tribe of Quraysh, of the family of Hashim. His mentality was perjurious.
He was prostidious.
In his youth, he was never taught to read or write.
Read this again, brother.
In his youth, he was never taught to read or write.
Muhammad couldn't even read or write, brother. He would soak up information from the Israelites, brother, and made his own religion out of it, brother. You understand that? Read on up.
Their money, whatever shit.
But his imagination.
Brother, you didn't come up out of that wicked spirit. Even we gave you money, you wouldn't even know what to do with it, man. Read on up.
But his imagination was
Superlative.
superlative.
So he had a good imagination. Read on up.
Muhammad was an extraordinarily handsome man.
We don't even care about that. Read on up.
And eloquent to motivating men with powers of words.
Guess what? He was excellent at motivating his people to come together on one accord. And that's what he used this Bible for. Read on up.
In the early years of Muhammad's life, he passed his time as a shepherd boy. We must remember that many successful men have risen from...
Come down to her. He frequented...
He interrogated them concerning the
of religion.
Of their religion. He frequented
the
environments of the Jews and the Arabs.
Read that again.
He frequented the environments of the Jews and the rabbis.
He constantly was asking Jews about what they did and what is that Bible about. That's how he made a religion out of our Bible. Read on up.
Mostly because they were merchants of an omnipresent ethnic group. Because he could not read or write, his ears were attentive and keen to everything that the Jews related to him.
To the who related to him?
Everything that the Jews related to him.
So guess what? He was soaking up all our information and used it and made Islam, brother. So Islam and this Bible has nothing to do with each other, brother. Because They totally opposite. They done took some things like with the beard, no eating pork. You got some more on that? Read on up.
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion.
He did what?
Muhammad learned and extracted much from the Jewish religion.
What is that saying to you, brother? Exactly, brother. He took some out of our Bible and made his own religion. Read on up.
And compounded it with his new religion.
With his what?
With his new religion, Islam.
Man, that's clear and cut, brother. He stole and took phrases out of our Bibles and made a new religion called Islam, brother. So guess what? That came 600 or 700 years after the Christ had walked the earth. The Bible had been written, brother. You understand that, brother? You got some more questions, brother? Because God tells us not to worship the cover. So go ahead, brother. Yeah. It don't contradict. You know what's contradicted? The way we have been taught to think about it, brother. Because it's no private interpretation of the scriptures. Give me 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 21. The Bible, we have been taught the Bible the wrong way, brother. That's why it seems like that. Because God tells us on how to understand the Bible, and he teaches us on how to read the Bible. You don't read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation and think you can get the understanding. First, you got to know that you're an Israelite. Secondly, you have to be keeping his commandments, brother. All 613. And then thirdly, you have to read the Bible a certain way, brother. You understand that? Because Pastor Porkchop TD Snakes, they're not keeping no commandments, brother. It's a sin for us to bald our head, brother. That was the Egyptian custom. Yeah, I'm talking about your pastor, brother. TD Snakes, man, he don't know nothing about this Bible, man. But you got to pull up your pants, man. Read this out.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 21. For the prophecy came not in the old time.
So prophecy came not in the old time. Read on up.
By the will of men.
By the what?
By the will of man.
So a regular man just couldn't write this Bible and predict the future. Can any man predict the future? No, they cannot. Read on up.
But holy men of God.
But what?
But holy men of
that means separate men. Read on up.
Of God.
Of what?
Of God.
Read on up.
Spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
Read on.
But there were false prophets also among the people. Even as there should be false teachers among you.
Verse 20.
Knowing this first, that no prophecy of this scripture is of any private interpretation.
So you can't just go to this Bible and get your own thoughts out of it if you going by the direction that the Bible teaches us to go by. You understand that, brother?
We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, Yah's weapons of war. We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know